Alright, what if I told you that there's a weapon in the loot pool currently that makes most people think that you're cheating? Now, I've been doing YouTube since 2010, so tons of years on the platform, and from time to time there's people out there that will accuse me of cheating simply because I have good aim. In particular, a lot of people try to say that I'm zenning, and if I Googled that correctly, that's some kind of mouse that you can use on the console. But I am absolutely atrocious with a mouse and keyboard. I couldn't use a mouse to save my life. My good aim comes from playing Call of Duty for over 10 years and having a very, very slow sensitivity. It's completely irrelevant to this video, but I just wanted to show this clip. I got this the other day, and I think it was in one of my videos from 2 days ago. But watch this. This is the best laser I've ever done in my Fortnite career. I think I hit almost every single shot. Watch this. I'm about to ambush this guy. Oh, my laser! I don't think I've ever hit so many consecutive shots in my life. This skin gives you superpowers times a million. How crazy was that? That guy got absolutely shredded. I went into replay mode and he had full health, 250 with the bonus shield. But again, that's not what this video is about. I just wanted to show that, just to show that I'm no stranger to being called a cheater. So back to this secret weapon, if you will. So obviously, if you guys have followed my channel for a lot, you'll know my favorite exotic weapon in the game is the dub. The dub is hands down the best shotgun for me to use, at least, and I love to run it in solos. But if you're playing duos, trios, or squads, there's another weapon that I think is the best exotic in the game. And like I said, it causes people to think that you're actually cheating. So in zero builds, if you've played any amount of games in that, you'll know that people love to hide. They love to camp in bushes, they love to take a pot shot and then hide behind something, and it's very hard to track all your opponents. Whereas with building on, you can find them quite easily because people usually build around them. You can see all the builds, you'll know there's people there. But again, in zero build, it's very, very tough to find out where all your enemies are. So chances are you probably know what weapon I'm talking about, but let me just show you this in action and why people may think you're cheating. So I'm gonna break down this little clip in replay mode. I'm gonna show you from my perspective, and then we'll talk about it. All right, so let me set the stage for you here. As you can see, I am by my lonesome up by the northern bush up there. My entire team is dead. Now, one of my teammates' cards is right around here in this little area. You can't see it because I'm in replay mode. So I was hiding in the bush in hopes that everyone around here would stop fighting and go away. So there's an entire squad over here, well hidden in cover. I mean, look at all these trees, look at the hills. They are good to go. Now, they were fighting this team right here. So these guys were getting pushed hard by them, so they cowered in this bush. They were all right here on my teammate's card. So that's why I'm playing safe back here. Remember, I'm by myself. It'll be a 4v1 no matter where I go. So I could come up here and try to get this card, but that's pretty much a death sentence for me. Unfortunately for me, I play with my friend Long Johns, and that's all he wants. As soon as he's dead, you gotta get my card, gotta get my card, gotta get my... Doesn't matter if you're about to die, you gotta get his card. So he wanted me to press up here. I said, dude, there's guys there. There's guys pushing them. There's basically 8v me, and he wants me to go into this dead zone. This reminds me of World War I, where you cross the trench line into no man's land. You don't want to go into no man's land, and that's exactly what this looks like. Look, this is a World War I no man's land right here, to the T. So to get this card, I would have to cross by these four guys, go over here and get spotted by these four guys. So it was game over regardless. But he wanted me to do it, so that's where we start this clip out. Little did I know, all four of these guys were in the same bush. So these guys are doing some actual World War II simulations here. So they're launching some mortar fire on these bushes to try to get these guys out, and that actually caused them to separate a little bit. You can see they sent a little spy up here to this bush. His name is Crozier. And then they sent one guy out to grab some loot, and then he retreated back to the bush. So there's the missile right there, coming backside, A side, B side. So it goes towards that bush, but misses. They have some bad spotters out there. They missed by about 20 feet. Went right over the bush. So that caused me to see this guy in the bush because I saw where that went and I was like, oh, piece of candy. There's a guy hidden in this bush, whereas I thought everyone else was in this one still. So then they eventually press forward and send all three, but for whatever reason, this guy lays back. I don't know if he knew I was over here or what, but let's just watch how this plays out. So he's helping his three teammates up here press those four guys. Meanwhile, the guy's still shooting mortars over here trying to hit this bush, and he misses way short this time. They're going to have to fire this spotter for sure. But I then see this guy shooting out of the bush, and that's when I make my move. Okay? All right, so I wanted to show you from this perspective where you can't see me at all. I just want you to focus on the guy in the bush and his health. So watch what happens. I'm going to be shooting at him right here. I hit him once. He jumps up. Now he's completely camouflaged in the bush. Right now, you can't see him at all. But watch this. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. I'm hitting him every single bullet. Then he tries to reposition. I know exactly where he is. I finish him off. He's dead. So 100% this guy probably thinks I'm hacking. There's no way he was visible. There was nothing for me to notice where exactly he was. So how did I do it? How did I know exactly where this guy was at all times in this bush? You can clearly see he's camouflaged in here. But yet I am hitting exactly where he is, even though he's at the back end of the bush. Look at that. Absolutely shredded. But how? Well, exactly what I was talking about at the start. This particular weapon, when used, especially in zero build, will make people think that you are a cheater. So let me play you the clip from my perspective, and I'll show you exactly how this transpired.
I don't even know where he's coming from.
Oh, I think they are in that bush.
Uh-huh.
But I can't see. Oh, there.
Nice, nice.
Oh, no, I know
Sure you don't have Zen plugged in, Tabor?
I know exactly where you are, kid.
Nice, nice.
Wow.
Grab that card.
Don't swap my weapon. Don't swap my weapon.
Don't swap. Heal up, heal up.
So as you saw, it's clearly the Shadow Tracker pistol. Again, my favorite weapon to use with teammates because it marks your enemy for a good long while. And with that diamond, you'll know exactly where they are at all times. So if you tag someone and they cower in a bush, you can absolutely destroy them because you know exactly where they are. And even a thermal scope can't see through a bush. So people assume that you're cheating. Well, how did he know where I was? How could he tell where exactly in this bush I am? But if it's any smart player, they'll have heard the silenced shots because the Shadow Tracker makes a distinct noise. Even though it is silenced, you can still hear the almost muffled pistol sound. And I think you even get a little sound notification when you're tagged or marked. I can't remember if you yourself can see. So obviously if I mark someone, me and my entire team can see that and we can instantly laser them and eliminate them. And that's exactly what I did in the clip. But from his perspective, he probably had no idea how I was hitting all those shots. So I think, unfortunately, you can only get this weapon from Camp Cuddle. And sometimes the NPC, the Deadpool Cuddle Team Leader skin, she doesn't always spawn, but that's who you can buy it from. So sometimes I'll land at Camp Cuddle and she won't be there. So it's a wasted drop in my opinion because I want that pistol. But that's the weapon I'm talking about, the Shadow Tracker. If you've never used it before, I highly recommend giving it a try, especially in zero build. Find some guys camping in a bush, spray the bush wildly until you get a hit, and then you'll know exactly where they are, and they'll probably assume that you're cheating. So there you go. I just wanted to point this out because a lot of people, especially my teammates, were asking me how I managed to absolutely annihilate that guy. And long story short, it was just the Shadow Tracker pistol, my favorite team weapon in the entire game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like is always appreciated. And don't forget to use my Support-A-Creator Code, which is Tabor time.